So you feeling the chill yet? Those winter fragrances coming out of the cabinet yet? Got a lot of designers? I really don't, but my 10 designers for winter 2019-2020. You want to find out? You know what to do. Welcome back, NYC Fragrance family. Yes. My 10 designer fragrances for winter 2019-2020. They're not listed in any particular order. Designers for me seem to be the challenge. Those are the ones that I'm not really getting a whole lot of. I don't know what's happening, but the designer world is not impressing me as of late. I have a lot of cheapies. Those are designer for the most part. I do buy designers. There are some designers that I am somewhat faithful to because I like the brand and I like the fragrances they put out. I just haven't gotten myself to go out and get those because I'm so busy with buying niche fragrances and sampling them that I just never really get the designers. So, my 10 for winter 2019-2020. First fragrance, it was in my cheap list, but it deserves to be mentioned again, and it's Encre Noir à l'extrême. This one is, like I said in the previous video, a very, very rich take on a bit of a fragrance. And Lalique makes some really good fragrances. It deserves to be in this list. It's perfect for the winter. It's something that I could see myself wearing a lot more often, especially this winter, and the price point that it came in at was a complete steal. The reason why I probably am talking about this first, I'm not going in a particular order, but I guess if you want to call this number 10, it's probably the price point. So, the next one was a release from this year, actually. And it is also from my cheap list, Halloween Manex. This one here, again, coming in at the price point it comes in at, maybe that's what, I don't know, the price point really shouldn't matter, but I would say some of the other ones, the quality may be a little bit better, the longevity on it may be a little bit better. The scent profile on this is fantastic. If you're gonna wear this one, just bring it with you or decant it for yourself. Bring decant with you and respray it if it doesn't seem to perform all that great. But it is a really good smelling fragrance. You got that coffee note, which seems to be a popular trend in fragrances lately, to add a coffee note. But I think this one's done very well. It's like a very good blue fragrance with a coffee note added. The next one has been a staple, has been around, it's very popular. And it's Jean-Paul Gaultier's Ultima. This one is, you know, just a simple, sweet, fun, playful fragrance. And I don't know, I just love the scent profile. There's people that hate it. There's people that think it's too cloying or it's too much or it's too loud. Maybe I just like those kind of fragrances. I don't know. But to me, it's a very good buy, and it's still one of the better designers out there. And I still highly recommend Jean-Paul Gaultier's Ultima. The next one, also from the house of Lalique, and I've mentioned this one before on my channel, and I probably will continue to mention it. One of the prettiest tobacco scents, and it's Lalique Or Intemporel. Some people say that this has like an animalic note. I'm not getting that. To me, I get this beautiful, sweet tobacco. Almost in the vein of a honey tobacco. I think this fragrance is fantastic. The last time I wore it, it lasted on me all day. It lasted actually over 10 hours. This was a very long lasting fragrance. This line is like their elite line or niche line, kind of like a privé line. But it can be found discounted at a very good price, and I think it's well worth it, especially if you want a really rich tobacco fragrance. The next one I'm talking about is a Fragcom favorite, but for some reason, I love the smell of La Nuit de l'Homme. This is YSL's La Nuit de l'Homme. I love the smell of it, and there was a discussion about this recently. Fragrances that work for you or don't work for you. You know, there was a fragrance mentioned that somebody was like, this is total, complete garbage. And I was like, what are you talking about? I love it. This one has been like a holy grail for a lot of people. And for me, it's just okay. Not okay. I mean, it's worthy of being in a top 10 list. Let me put it that way. It's worthy of being in a top 10 list. But it's not this super, like, life-changing fragrance that would have blown my mind away the first time I smelled it. I thought it was a very nice fragrance. I still think it's a very nice fragrance, for the winter especially. But I don't know. I've tested way too many fragrances as of late, and that one just kind of like falls to the wayside for me. I know I'm saying some things that people are going to be booing and throwing some hate at, but it is what it is. That's how I feel about it. It just doesn't really gravitate. I don't gravitate towards it, and it doesn't grab me. It's good, and it should be on this winter list. It's just not, I don't know, as impressive to me anymore, if that means anything. So, the next one I'm going to talk about is Viktor and Rolf SpiceBomb Extreme. Now, I like the Extreme version over the original. I just think this one, again, I like the bold fragrances, and that's what it comes down to. If you know SpiceBomb DNA, SpiceBomb Extreme just takes it a little further and it lasts a little longer. So another recommendation, SpiceBomb Extreme. This one was a recent acquisition of mine. It's from the house of Tom Ford. Tom Ford Noir Extreme. Now this one here, you have that pistachio candy ice cream note to it, with some other spices and woodiness. It's a very, very, very unique DNA. There's a lot of people that don't like it. I don't know why, but I do. I think it's fantastic. When I wear it and I smell it on me and I smell it coming off me, it just works. Some people, I guess it doesn't. But for me, this works amazing. The next one was one that I knew nothing about fragrances when I started, and now I've been learning and learning and learning. And when I heard people talking about a Fahrenheit fragrance, I was like, that's an old fragrance. People are talking about Fahrenheit? Until I discovered that it wasn't just the original Eau de Toilette Fahrenheit. It was Fahrenheit Le Parfum. Now this one here is a well crafted designer. Dior definitely did its thing with this one. It's almost similar to another parfum that they make. It's definitely a sexy fragrance. There is subtle hints of the original Fahrenheit in it, but it takes it in a whole different direction. It's just a sexier, spicier, more aromatic scent. The original Fahrenheit, you know, had that gasoline note, and it was just loud. This one is a little softer, a little more elegant, a little more genuine, so to speak. So the next one, from the house of Maison Margiela, By the Fireplace. By the Fireplace, you got the roasted chestnuts, you got a nice rich vanilla, cozy, sexy fragrance, perfect for the winter. And as you can see, you know, that doesn't look like a big dent, but for somebody who has as many bottles as I do at this point, That's a dent. I have worn this one, and I do like wearing this one. So Maison Margiela's by the Fireplace. So the last one I have to talk about, you might have been able to pick up on what I was saying, maybe even guess what it is. See, again, unfortunately, these designer lists, for me, if they don't come out with some designers that really grab my attention, it's going to be hard for me to make these lists, because I'm not going to go out and purchase fragrances just for the purpose of making a list. All of these here I purchased. All of these here I purchased because obviously I like them. I smelled them. I tested them. I'm not going to just buy them to make a list. So, and I don't like blind buying either. I do that with some cheapies, but I will not do that with something that's at retail where some of these designers could be $90, $100 or more. Anyway, this one I was able to get. It is hard to get now, but I'm sorry, as far as designers are concerned, and my true love of designers is Chanel Egoise Platinum, if you know the channel, if you heard me talk about it before. But this one here is artistic, just pure craftsmanship as far as I'm concerned, and it is Dior Homme Parfum. This fragrance is, as far as designers go, in my opinion, probably the best. I think the blending here is perfect. I love the profile of it. I love the sexiness of it. I love the leatheriness of it. I love the richness of it. Again though, because it's hard to get, I wore it once or twice, and I also had a decant of it prior to getting this bottle. So I haven't really put a lot of work into this bottle. I'm hoping when I get over to Europe that they still have some. I did see some in duty free, and I didn't pull the trigger last time because I'd like to get a backup bottle. So this way I could wear one of them a little more often and have my backup. I'm not looking to make any money on them. I'm not looking to sell any of them. But I would like to be able to wear and enjoy the fragrances. So, these are my 10. What do you think? I hope you like them. I hope I gave you some value. I hope you have 10 fragrances that will give you something to think about. 10 designers that you might actually go out there and try if you haven't. A lot of these are very familiar. Like I said, my designer collection is, you know, not what some other reviewers might have. Unfortunately, that is what it is. Keeping it real. So, give it a thumbs up if you like the video. Subscribe if you haven't. And NYC Fragrance family. And new viewers. Remember, if you smell good, you feel good. Have a nice day.